Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird and wonderful world. And lately, I've been thinking about about the subjectivity of music. This is kind of a part two to that video I did a while back. I'll leave a link to that video at the end of this video. But anyway, so I wanted to ask this is a twofold question, kind of a two questions. I'm kind of trying to wrap it up in one. I made a whole bunch of notes, okay, because I want to be able to stay on topic and not jump around. So I'll be referring to my notes, but I still want to come. This is all still from my heart and coming, because my first question is basically my two-parter is what's up with people who don't like music? It does affect 5% of the population that does not like music. And it's something called amusia, yeah. Amusia. And it's basically a condition where a person can't process the music. They don't understand the beats. They don't understand. They don't remember the rhythm. They have a hard time processing it. It's either due to birth defects or some trauma to the brain where it's just not firing certain processes of audio or logic or something like that. But it's not just that though. There are actual people with very healthy, normal brains where they did a study and they were giving music to people who have they were conducting the study where there's a reward when if you answer the kind of basically the right questions, and they find that there's certain people with very normal brains who don't like music. But again, it's only like 5% of the population. But then you get the other 95% of the rest of the population wondering, they have a mistrust, and it's not just for and it's not for anything else. You don't mistrust a person for liking a different TV show or for liking a different type of thing. It's usually with food and music. It's because we tend to we like people and want to stick with people that we can relate to. It's a survival instinct. and and when somebody is not like in that same kind of, how could you not like music? What's wrong with you? That's weird. And yeah, but it's not their fault, and we should not, you can't put a person down for not liking music. It's just not them. And remember, it's only 5%. So be a little bit conscientious to a person who doesn't like music. Don't really judge them. They're not really a bad person. They're just wired differently. They just it's probably just the way they were brought up. We have a we have a tendency to mistrust people who don't like music and food. Well, especially with food, because food is a survival thing. It's a communal thing. It brings families together, and so when somebody who's not a fan of food, again, you're suspicious and weary of them. It's like, why don't you like food? But that's just part of it. And so is no, I'm trying to read my notes here. Yeah, okay. So why is your food okay? So when people go out of their way to bash others for their taste in music, like a genre, artist, or song, and I have to admit, I've done my fair share of bashing in the past. Okay, not anymore. I'm totally way more open-minded and willing to give anything a second or third chance. I'm not going to ever prejudge anything. And again, if there's something I don't like, I will give my honest opinion about it. I mean, my video where I was talking about my 10 most hated bands, basically. Oh, I really don't like those bands, and I gave my opinion on it. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what. what my opinion is, and it doesn't matter if people don't like. People could really like hate Tool. They could say, "Oh, I hate Tool. Tool is so so melodic. It's so boring. Their songs are too long. It's really hoity-toity. You know, it's too spiritual for me. I don't like all that touchy-feely, creepy stuff. Their images are creepy. You know." It doesn't bother me. You're never going to get under my skin, and so basically I find it just interesting when people get offended for other people's taste in music. This is a subject that I know I've talked about it before, but I want to try to talk about it a little bit more in depth. I might not. I might talk about this again in future videos. It depends, if the subject comes around again in my brain. If it's something I feel like expressing. Now, okay, I'll give you a couple of examples. If you think that, okay, say you don't like electronic music because you think they don't need talent to press a few buttons on a computer and make some. Have you tried a mixing board? Have you tried putting those sounds together in a cohesive, meaningful way where it's going to make sense and sound actually good? You try to do that. You try to go and use those programs and try to make meaningful music that will send shivers of people, musical free zones, as they call it. You know, is if all that matters when it comes to music, okay, this is the only thing that matters. That how meaningful is it to you? It does Is it meaningful? And it doesn't matter how how fake and artificial that music might be. If it's going to, as much as I don't like Backstreet Boys because I have this bias against boy bands, okay, but I'm not going to ever really like say that they make bad music for the people who love that music, because it's filling their niche, it's filling their comfort zone, it's giving them, joy. And who am I to criticize that? I wasn't criticizing those bands saying that they're bad. I'm just saying that I like the music that I like, and I don't like those, not because they're bad, but for my own bizarre reasons. My upbringing, my train of thought, the things I'm interested in, all my side interests. Everything has an influence in the music. Our music is so unique to each and every single one of us that to put down another person's music is just downright mean and arrogant and ignorant. And sorry to say, okay, if I'm offending certain people out there who take it so seriously that they're going to be offended and give me thumbs down, and I'm going to see it. I probably will for a video like this, me speaking my mind on something I'm passionate about. You know, embrace your music. This is what I'm saying. Embrace your music. Go all the way. Don't let any, don't think that your music is not good enough, that you enjoy. It's good enough for you, and that's all that matters. Who cares what other people think of your music? Okay? Okay, have I said enough about that? You know? Like, for example, you might look at a rapper and think, oh, they're just, all they're doing is just speaking rapidly. No, no, no. You try to rap. You try to rap, freestyle or not, write it down. You try to rap in the rhyming and rhythm and the way that the top rap artists do. It takes talent. Don't ever think that it doesn't take talent to make electronic music sound good. Don't ever think that it doesn't take talent to make rap music sound good. Don't ever think that, that some of these artists that have the fan base, whether you think music is basic or not. And when I was bashing Kiss, I'm not bashing Kiss, okay? I was not bashing Kiss. I was just trying to look at that again objectively. Objectively, asking myself why I don't like Kiss the way I used to in the 70s when they had their makeup. Why was it when they took off their makeup in the 70s, my appreciation and my love for Kiss, boom, I have that nostalgia for the 70s because that was my childhood. It was from the age of 4 to 5 years old to the about 13, 14, when that time, okay, Kiss was the top of the world, nothing greater. And then they weren't anymore. And that happens. It happens. It doesn't diminish them in any way, shape, or form. It's just, I that's the thing. That's just how it goes. So I'm kind of hoping I have, yeah, I think I get all to that train of thoughts. Because the last thing I will read out word for word, because it is, and it's all from my brain, is that when you bash a song or band, you are practically throwing a grenade onto somebody else's hard work, okay, and you're offending others. So yeah. So again, the only thing that really matters, and the only thing that has any importance is whether that song or that band or that album has meaning, because it's all about meaning. It's all about the human connection. It's all about the human element, the human condition. This is what my studio is all about. This is what my channel is all about, is promoting humanity, the freedoms, the love, the of making, we are better. We are better than this world that we're doing. We are better than this. We should. Why can't we? I don't want to even use the word woke because that's stupid. I'm saying just, we're better than this. We could do better. That's it. That's all I want to say. So so whenever anybody bashes your taste in music, or if somebody doesn't like music at all, you know, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's it makes the world so, wonderful because it's so varied, you know. Embrace the differences. Embrace the differences. That I think that, the variety of life. And again, as long as it's not harming anybody, as long as it's not imposing on anybody, as long as it's celebrating the creativity and freedom of all humanity, then I'm always going to be behind that and for it. This I love you guys. I'm going to close before I start rambling. I got all what I needed out. And everybody, as always, please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, have a great day, evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody. And cut.